Good day and welcome to the most exciting sport program on TV, Plus Sport. I'm sure a lot of viewers have been dropping comments as regards to our previous edition on sport. Definitely, if there's any station you need to watch sport and get the vets out of it, it has to be Plus Sport. My name is Mudashiru Shitu, and today, like every other day, we'll be taking you straight to what is trending, what a lot of people are talking about. We'll go away from Nigeria and go to a club far that's in London, the Arsenal Football Club of London, the Gunners, as they're popularly called. Talking to me on whether Arsenal will win this season league is the general manager, RadioLagos, EkoFM, Mr. Olajide Lawal. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mudan. It's nice to be on your show once again. Thank you for the invite again.
Yeah. I deliberately brought you to analyze this because I know your objectivities on matters has been on the forefront. So, but regardless of the fact, I also tell people that you're also an Arsenal fan, but I don't expect the Arsenal fan in you to be obvious in our discussion because a lot of people are watching across the globe wanting to know whether Arsenal can win this league this season, and I'm sure your objectivity will be foremost before talking as Arsenal fan. So, Arsenal, like we all know, doing so well under Arteta, on top of the log table, 5 or 6 points ahead of Manchester City. But there's still so much to go for. After 19 games, we still have another 19 games also to go. The draw against Newcastle didn't bring so much. Didn't go down well with many Arsenal fans that want the gap between Manchester City and Arsenal to be widened. Tell us, can Arsenal win this league?
Well, thank you for laying the background. It's good to let the viewers know that I'm an Arsenal fan. And as an Arsenal fan, I pray and I wish that Arsenal will win the league. It's been long that we won the league last 2004. That's the last time we won the league. So it's my prayer that we will win it this season. Well, talking objectively now as a football analyst, I want to say that it's a possibility. You understand? It's a known fact that football is like biscuit. Nobody can really predict how it breaks. You understand? Yesterday, the Carabao Cup semi-final, Southampton, who is in the bottom of the league, defeated Man City 2-0. Nobody predicted that. You understand? Nobody was expecting that. So that's football for you. It could happen. It could be like the Leicester story. All of us recall when Leicester City won the league. It was like, could it be possible? Could it be possible? Would they sooner rather than later they will bolt? Sooner rather than later they will melt? And they didn't. They won the league by, if I could recall it, as many points as like 7 points over Tottenham, who came second that season. It's possible. It's a possibility. You understand? We have, I think, 17 or thereabout matches have been played now. We haven't gone to the half of the season that haven't been played yet. It's a possibility. Nobody can really say but maybe by February or thereabout, it could be clearer. When we are in maybe 25 matches into it and they still maintain the 5 points lead or more than that, then we could say that the cool is a possibility. It is possible. It is possible, but it's only God can really say with all finality and say that this will happen. But as human beings, we can project that it could happen. It might happen. Everybody were fearing when Jesus had that injury at the World Cup. Everybody had the fear that how would they cope. So far, they have played 3 matches without Gabriel Jesus. They've won 2, they drew 1. So it's a probability. Eddie Nketiah can come in and even outperform what beyond expectation. It's a possibility, you know. There could also be injury could also be kind to them. Apart from Jesus, no other person is injured, you know. I mean, major, I'm talking about key players in the team. So that's also a possibility. Nobody can predict when you get injured or not. So it's also a possibility. And of course, you can also not predict what is happening in other things. You know, if we go by what happened yesterday, Man City is going up and down.
Okay.
Now they blow hot now. The next day they blow cold. Liverpool is also not doing as expected, as projected at the beginning of the season. So, except Man U that has won about like 7 or 6 matches in a row now. So, I mean, all factors put together is a possibility. You understand? So, it could happen. It could happen.
So,
And
yeah,
like I said, like as an Arsenal fan, I pray it happens.
so why do people not feel so much confident with Arsenal being on top? If it was to be the Man City on top with Liverpool, they see that confident. But even when you ask people, they still that I'm not sure. They're not sure whether Arsenal will win or not. Unlike if it was to be a team like Manchester City that is on top, people will be confident to say yes, Man City will win. If it's a team like Chelsea or Liverpool, they might be that confident. Why is people so skeptical, even with the 7 or 6 point lead? Why people? Is it because of the past? So why are people so skeptical about Arsenal and they're still on top, but people still can't really be confident about they're staying on top, they're winning the league?
I think the answer is so obvious, and you have even alluded to it. You know, I think it's the history of Arsenal in the recent past that made people to be skeptical about their ability and capability to win the league. After the movement from Ivory to Emirates, it took a whole lot of rebuilding. In the process, it affected the team. Money wasn't pumped into the team. They had to pay off the debt of the stadium, and that affected performances on the field. At that time, for a period of over 10 years, Arsenal did not win anything. It became a fact that Arsenal had not won anything X number of years. So over time, people are used to that. When you put much expectation on them, they tend to disappoint because in those days they said you cannot win with youth, and Arsenal had to go that route to recoup from the stadium construction. So I think we have moved beyond that now. So it's a new era, it's a new manager, Arteta, and also it's a new era in terms of financing, And to me, that's why the result is manifest on the field, So, but it's a normal thing in life. People will still doubt and say, will it happen? Is it? We all know Arsenal hold. When you expected them to perform, they just messed up. So that's why people are skeptical. But we'll wait and see. The other time, people were skeptical about Leicester City winning the league. And Leicester wasn't even as in the same caliber, the same category with Arsenal as it is now. But they won it because it was ordained. A whole lot of factors played together. They were winning. And the big guns didn't come up to the party. And so the same thing could happen as well this season. Once in a while, we see that roller coaster of a journey or of a story. And it does happen. At the beginning of the World Cup, nobody would have predicted that Morocco would get to the semi-final, and here they were at the semi-final, almost winning the bronze medal. So it's a probability it will happen, but the major reason is just the recent history of Arsenal in the past. That's why people are skeptical. Okay. If it were to be in the days of prior to the invisible, people will be very confident that Arsenal can go the whole lot. So I think it's just the recent history of Arsenal that's
okay. Now let's Well said. Let's not focus on the man, Arteta, the Spaniard. I think among his contemporary, let me, if I can call Henri, Patrick Vieira, Gerrard, those people that played in almost the same time in the EPL, that are now managers. I think there's this confidence that Arteta gives, that you think he knows what he's doing, which is obviously he knows what he's doing. Why is it different from the likes? We've seen Gerrard failed, we've seen others failed relatively in their managerial positions. But there's this confidence that even Wenger and every other person, even the board, has on Arteta, that makes you think he can do the job, that makes you think he has been a coach for a very, very long time. What sets him apart, Arteta, the coach of Arsenal?
I think he's lucky with the environment he finds himself. You understand? If you look at over the years, Arsenal has always been a team or a football club that believes in philosophy, that believes in ethos. You understand? As much as you are going in that direction, there won't be any problem. What I'm trying to say is that Arsenal, compared to Chelsea, for instance, Chelsea demand instant success. The philosophy of Arsenal is not like that. Arsenal is built on a particular brand of football. Do you understand?
Okay.
Then how do you even play that football? Arsenal believes in grooming people to come up the hill, and that's why if you look over the years in all the players that have come through the Arsenal academy, most of them are from the NL Hill Football Academy.
Okay.
You understand? Where the footballing ethos of Arsenal Football Club has been ingrained in them. So it is the environment that he has found himself. It's not an environment that is too demanding, so to say, in quotes. It's not that Arsenal does not want to win trophies, but the emphasis is not really so much on trophy winning. It's on building a team that plays a particular brand of football and using the talent at the disposal of the academy to achieve that. It's not that you hardly see Arsenal buy a £100 million player. You understand? No, it's not that they don't do that. It's not their way of life. Their way of life is to develop the young players and make them world stars. So you can, or players that have been rejected elsewhere, and mold them into world beaters. If you want to talk about in those days of Arsene Wenger, people talk the fact that it's very vast in the transfer market, particularly the French transfer market.
Okay.
Scout players that are unknown, groom them, make them know, and they become exceptional players. Henri, Patrick Vieira, Aneka, so many, Max Overmax, Dennis Beckham, Kanu Nwako, Emmanuel Adebayo, all of them. These are players that at that particular time when Arsene Wenger gave them the chance, they were not well known. But it changed then moved them into the players that they were. The same thing with Arteta. That's what Arteta is doing. The environment he finds himself allows him, gives him that opportunity to build the players. They won't demand the result almost immediately. It's not to say that they don't want trophies to be won, but it's not as in you employ today, the next minute or 2 months later, you are expected to win immediately.
So we can say that Arsenal, Arteta is following the footsteps of Wenger based on the culture that surrounds.
Yes, and the footballing school also, is a product of the footballing philosophy of Pep Guardiola. Arsene Wenger also had some influence on him. David Moyes also had some influence on him. So if you marry all that together, for me, that's an ingredient for success. So More importantly, is the footballing environment for me.
Okay, interesting, and I'm sure a lot of Arsenal fans are watching across the globe. Let me also take you this: a lot of people, Nigerians, to be specific, join Arsene Wenger or Arsenal rather when Kanu was there, and I'm yet to see those that joined Arsenal long time ago before the coming of Kanu and Co to Arsenal. Tell us your should I use the word romance or your entry to be an Arsenal fan? Why did you decide that it's Arsenal you're going to be? It's going to be your favorite football club. You follow them as a supporter and as a fan. Why not others? So just let's tell the world about that, because a lot of people rather want to join the trophy-laden side. But tell us how you came about Arsenal as your club.
Maybe if I tell you the other team that I have sympathy for, it becomes so obvious why I love Arsenal. My other football club that I have sympathy for is Barcelona.
Okay.
And from that, you can know that it's the brand of football that the two teams plays. That's what endeared me to the two teams. But because the Premiership is where it is, my love for Arsenal is, to be honest, is more than the love that I have for Barcelona. But essentially, to answer your question frontally, I think it's because of the brand of football Arsenal is known for. What they used to call Jongo Bonito of those days, It's essentially because of the brand of football that Arsenal plays. And it's a culture now. Arsene Wenger is no longer there. It's still the culture, So for me, that's what endeared me to Arsenal Football Club.
Okay. And that was before Kanu joined the club? Or that was before Kanu joined the club?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the thing I don't get from Nigeria football supporters is, why do you have to join a team because somebody is there? Something must endear you to it. So that's why it's enduring, So I remember the Tinubu.
Okay.
Before he died, he was a Nottingham Forest supporter. He was a Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest wasn't in the Premiership at that time. I'm sure that some Nigerians don't even know Nottingham Forest. Bode Omochigbe, or what is the other name? Yeah, he's a Villa fan. So you don't have the Nigerians don't have to be a player there for me to join. No. Something must endure you to that football club, and that's why it becomes enduring.
Okay.
So it's not because of Kanu.
Lastly, before I let you go, because a lot of people are really happy of your response to all this, but before I let you go, does personality determine the club you should follow? Because if you enjoy good football like Arsenal and Barcelona and other teams that play like does it say so much about your personality? Because for Arsenal, they have philosophy, they have history, they have academy, they depend on academy. There's these patterns they do that even the wages and the salary wages structured and all that. Same thing similar to Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona in the past or not of recent. Does your personality and who you are really? Because a lot of people say Chelsea fans they tend to be on the loud side. That's on confirmed reports. Even other clubs. What does your personality? Do you think personality has to do with the kind of club you support?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
It's like when you want to choose a wife. Do you have to look at the personality too because you choose a wife? You understand? Something must endear you to the woman. It is not that I like her beauty. She's this, she's that, and you become endeared to her. The same thing with football. Something must endear you to football, that particular football club, and it's okay. This is my club. This is the team I will follow. This is the team. The thing about what they usually say about Chelsea is that at that time Chelsea was winning. They were just winning. And in Nigeria, everybody loves anything that wins. So you can't allow for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come in. And when you have every a situation that you have every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes, you cannot control it. and football is emotions. That's why people will say that it's always one set of people that are Chelsea fans. It might be true, but it might not. But for me, I think it's because it became the winning team. Everybody wanted to be associated with the winning team. So, and when you have a situation like that, it's difficult for you to control people's emotion, particularly when they win or when they lose. So for me, I think something must endure you. It's not a
Yeah,
matter of because you are
personality.
this or that. That's why you have to support one team or the other.
Yes, thank you very much, sir, for being part of today's show. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for always inviting me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. That's the general manager, Radio Lagos, the EkoFM, an Arsenal fan, he said, and we all know he's an Arsenal fan. He's a man of many parts, football analyst, broadcaster. I'm sure there's more reasons why he is in Arsenal, a very model club.